Okay guys, we're going to go back to the Answers Hub, and it's a question for Brian. Flick this over. It's not as difficult a question as it may seem on the surface. See, as I heard you mention, I've done a video about trading which best time of the day to trade different assets. I've watched the one on Where the Scruff, which is the best time to trade each market, but I can't find the asset. Well, it's actually not as difficult as you think. Always think about what is open at the time that you're going to be trading. You can trade any asset 24 hours a day, well, predominantly most assets, just before people kick off saying that certain markets are shut. Forex is pretty much 24/7 from a Sunday night through to the Sunday morning if you include the weekend markets. Now, the weekend markets are incredibly slow, and I would recommend you don't trade them. I recommend you don't trade Sunday night either because it's volatile. And then when it comes down to working out, as a broad stroke, I try not to trade a Monday morning and I try not to trade a Friday afternoon. There's a number of reasons behind that. Monday morning, I don't trade because I'm not rightly sure which way the market's going to go for the week. So the tone of the market hasn't been set. So I kind of want to see what that is. On a Friday afternoon, well, it's the end of the week and I don't want to be caught in a weekend on the wrong side of a trade if I can help it. So I just like to be done with it. So I base myself on Tuesday through Thursday. So that's one way of looking at it. You can actually drill yourself into certain times of the day to suit your own lifestyle. Now, you then have to drill that down, as you quite rightly say, into an asset. Now, there are certain markets that are global and 24/7. Well, I call it 24/7, 24 hours a day. Gold, you can trade pretty much whenever you want. It's a global market. Every country trades it, so therefore it moves all the time. Yes, it moves quicker in London and the New York session, but you can still look at it on a night time. Oil will be a 24-hour market. Then you start looking at the indices. Now, the indices, again, are more aligned to when their bank is open. So if you're looking at, say, the DAX, the German indices, it's pretty good from 7 o'clock through to 5 o'clock when the European markets are open. The FTSE is pretty good from 8 through to 4:30 when London is open. Then you can look at sort of the Dow or the S&P 500 in the afternoon. And I'm always referring to British times, by the way, UK times, because they are open. Now that transpires over into the currency market as well. Basically, if the bank is open of the base currency, so if you're trading the British pound and the Bank of England is open, so that'll be the London session, that is a good time. Now, there are other times you can drill into this as well. So trading the pound is best between the hours of, say, pre-market, 7 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Any pound pair will be reasonably good. But then there are different times you can trade, because between 7 and 10 in the morning is a good time to trade because the markets are setting up, they're quite volatile, and there's quite a lot of movement. As it moves into 11, 12, and 1, the markets slow down somewhat, because what you've got to remember is the people that are moving the markets mainly are not us. They are the big institutions, and those guys are doing a day job. So they'll be going for lunch, they'll be having meetings, etc. It'll calm itself down. Once you go after lunch, the American markets start opening up. So 1:30, between sort of 1 o'clock, you've obviously got your 1:30 news announcements, which is quite boisterous. Then got the New York Open at 2:30. And then an hour after that takes you to about 3:30. That's quite a boisterous time as well. It's quite a good, nice time to trade. Then you go a little bit quiet, and then you've got the end of day session 4 through 6 o'clock as the markets are closing down. So that's like a snapshot of what the pound can be done. Now that also aligns itself with the euro, because the euro kind of follows suit. Now if you're trading the US markets, USJPY for example, you would start looking at it around 1 o'clock. And again, you've got that little wrap over, and those will be boisterous, but then they'll be going on lunch at the end of the London session, so it then calms down and it's a little bit flat to sort of 6, 7, 8 o'clock. It's not so good, but then it picks up again at the end of the night as their markets are shutting down. Then you move over into 11 o'clock at night, so it's 11 p.m. for me, and you're starting to see the Asian sessions starting to wake up, getting ready for midnight when the main markets open. So you then look at the Aussie dollar, Aussie JPY, Aussie New Zealand, or New Zealand JPY, those sort of pairs. And then you can look at their indices as well, the AX200, the Nikkei. They start coming alive. So really it's all about planning and just align yourself to whatever asset. So if you're wanting to trade Australia JPY, there's no real point looking at it at 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. You want to be looking at it at midnight, and then it'll be fine. Or if you're looking to swing trade it, doesn't matter when you look at it. You know, hope that kind of makes sense in a strange way, but you can pretty much trade any product when you like, but there are key times, and that's why when you watch me do the gold morning surges, I know the market sets up for the pre-markets normally between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning, and the golden time is between 7 and 8 when everything's starting to spike in and get ready. Gold surges every morning, and I take advantage of that, and we're doing quite well. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.